It is with great, great honor that I congratulate our Youth of the Year for 2020, Ms. Chassidy Gonzalez, and I hope that you will join me in both congratulating her and welcoming her while she tells you a little bit about her personal story. Over to you, Chassidy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am so honored to be with you this evening as the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford's 2020 Youth of the Year. As the events of recent months have shown, we are all facing a series of unique challenges. But with every great challenge comes a great opportunity. And like so many things in life, this starts with accepting responsibility. At the beginning of this pandemic, I found myself restless, lonely, and wishing for things to go back to normal as fast as possible. Now, I believe nothing should go back to normal. Normal wasn't working. If we go back to the way things were, we will have lost the lesson. My hope is that we rise up and do better. I thought 2020 would be the year I got everything I wanted. Now I know 2020 is the year I have come to appreciate everything I have. My family, friends, and my extended family at the Boys and Girls Club. I cannot imagine where my life would be and who I would be as a person today were it not for the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford. In July of 2003, a month after her high school graduation from Buckley High School in Hartford, my mom gave birth to me. I have come to learn that being a child of teen parents made it more likely that I would drop out of school, become a teen mom myself, or need public assistance. Instead, I stand before you as a 17-year-old high school senior who will be the first member of my family to attend college. And that's directly because of the mentors and opportunities provided to me and my parents through the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford. I'm unique in that both of my parents have worked for the clubs, so it's been a part of my life literally as long as I can remember. After high school, my dad started working at the club in the Dutch Point public housing projects where he had grown up. Dutch Point was known for high crime rates and drugs, but my dad wanted to do something positive for kids who had grown up like him. He saw one brother in and out of jail, and his other brother lose his life to gang violence. He wanted to help kids avoid that path. My mom would bring me to the club when she volunteered, and it's actually where I took my first steps. Mr. Sam Gray, who's now the club's president and CEO, and Miss Jackie Pathia, who oversaw several clubs in Hartford at the time, were mentors to my mom and dad, who were struggling financially and adjusting to life as young parents. To this day, Jackie remains a second mom to my dad. She helped provide guidance, supplied basic needs like diapers and formula, and helped find job opportunities at the club that not only changed the direction of my life, but my parents as well. Over my lifetime, they've been promoted numerous times. So I've been a member at nearly all of our clubs and have participated in just about every program. I can smile about it now, but my first memories at the club were not always positive. With no money for daycare, and before the clubs had an early learning center like today, my parents brought me with them to the club when I was in pre-K. While I liked being around the older kids, I was a bit possessive of my parents and jealous when the other club kids called them mom or dad. In those moments, I would latch onto my parents' legs as if to stake my claim. In kindergarten, Miss Christina made me an honorary cheerleader of the Southwest Sweethearts. Even though I was officially too young to be on the team, it made me feel special. I enjoyed cheering on the basketball players, but I wanted in on the action. The next season, my dad let me play biddy basketball, where I was the only girl on the team. That taught me at an early age that girls can do anything. As I got older, I look forward to my after-school time at the club. My sister and I began assisting the staff, whether it was in the early learning center, at the front desk, setting up game tournaments, or in the dinner program. Our long days at the club allowed us to appreciate how much work the staff put into every activity and event. They truly do pour their heart and soul into everything they do for our members. They're the best. Many of them grew up in Hartford like my parents and take great pride in serving their community. Along my club journey, I found one of my club role models, Keishla Rolone. I met her during my time at our Trinity College Club. Keishla was 6 years older than me and was incredibly close with my mom, considering her a second mother. Over time, she took a special interest in me, always checking in to see if I was okay, and introduced me as her little sister. I wanted to be just like her. She did everything at the club and always made honors in school. In 2013, we attended our first Dashway Luncheon, another club event. Together, we both made the goal of becoming the Smart Girl of the Year who got to speak at that event. In 2014, Keishla achieved that goal. Then in 2015, she became the Trinity Youth of the Year. Over the past year, I am proud to serve as both your Smart Girl of the Year and Youth of the Year. Thank you, Keishla, for paving the way. The summer before my freshman year, my family had purchased our first home just outside of Hartford. Suddenly, I was leaving my friends and going to a school where I knew no one. And harder still, I felt incredibly self-conscious that very few people looked like me. My dad is Puerto Rican. My mom is Filipino and Irish, making me the definition of other. Unfortunately, I have experienced discrimination firsthand over my high school years, whether it was because of my ethnicity, being a female, or a teen. At first, my initial reaction was just to ignore it. But it felt like something was building up inside of me. So of course, my club family noticed the difference, and they called me out on it. There is no hiding anything from our team. Ultimately, they told me the truth, that unfortunately, I may encounter more of these situations throughout life, but to remain strong and speak up. I went from feeling small and weak to now being strong and empowered. A quote from L.R. Nostis, 2,000 Kisses a Day, that helped me during this time reads, "It is not our job to toughen our children up to face a cruel and heartless world. It's our job to raise children who will make the world a little less cruel and heartless." That's what our clubs do every day. It's why staying connected to our clubs has always meant so much to me. Through our virtual club for teens that started during COVID-19, our staff opened my eyes to how each of us can make strides to address discrimination, including racism, which is a major issue across our country. 1, acknowledge racism exists. Understand race and racism present complexities and contradictions. Do not try to reduce or simplify. 2, listen. When a person who's been discriminated against is sharing their experience, resist the urge to jump in and minimize or excuse their feelings. 3, educate yourself. Know our history and make sure that our kids know the facts. 4, broaden your experiences. Learn about other cultures, not by asking questions, but by spending time with people. 5, take action. Consider racism a problem you can help solve. Always. Let me say that again. Always confront discrimination and inappropriate behavior or language when you see, hear, read, or experience it. My club has empowered me to find my voice and make it matter. The only answer to systemic racism, inequality, and hate is systemic love and acceptance. We need to speak up and speak love every chance we get. We need to get involved. march in the streets, sign petitions, make phone calls, volunteer at our clubs and other charities, and support minority-owned businesses. You can't help your community unless you are really experiencing life with your community. And we have a beautiful community here in Hartford. I know many of you with us tonight have helped the Hartford community through our clubs, and I thank you. When I graduate in June, I hope to attend Southern Connecticut State University to pursue a career in early childhood education and teach here in Hartford. I want to help enable our next generation of leaders to know that their zip code does not determine their destination. It takes a village to raise a child. I'm lucky my village includes some of the best boys and girls mentors who are tuned in with me tonight. Miss Hilda, Miss Sophie, Miss T, Miss Julie, Mr. Sam, Mr. Joe, Miss Amy, Miss Candy, and Coach Don, along with so many others. Thank you all for being there for me along my club journey. To my mom and dad, I love you both to the moon and back. You have both sacrificed a lot in your lives so that Valeriana and I wouldn't have to sacrifice anything in ours. You've been there day after day to make sure our lives turned out this way. I know with all of your love and support, I can achieve anything I set my mind to. I can never repay all of you back for everything you have instilled in me, but I can most certainly pay it forward. So together, wherever you are joining us from tonight, I want to close with a beautiful call for positive action. I heard two other club alumni from New York who you may have heard of, Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez, who said in part, "Let 2020 not be remembered as the year that was cut short, but the year our view of what is possible expanded. Let 2020 not be remembered as the year schools closed, but the year your eyes opened. Let 2020 not be remembered as the year you isolated yourself, but the year we came together as a people. Let 2020 not be remembered as the year we were afraid, but the moment that we became fearless. Let 2020 not be remembered as the year everything changed, but when you started on your journey to ensure that it did." Thank you.
Congratulations, Chassidy.
Thank you.